Craterellus 2x4. There are a lot of them here. Yellowfoot chanterelles, or winter chanterelles. Look at all the flushes right there. Oh, look at how many over there. And you can really see their yellow feet, even though it's dark. Finding lots of hedgehogs too. They're hiding right there. Hello. Oop. Oh, I broke off the cap. Finding lots of scaly chanterelles, Turbinellus flacosus. Hopefully there are some regular chanterelles here too. Let's keep looking. Oh, some sort of a bolete or a suillus. Hello. This one is so bright. Neon. Wow. Interesting.
Powdery sulfur bolete, also known as Ravenel's bolete. Scientific name Pulveroboletus Ravenelii. Pulveroboletus is a genus in Boletaceae family with a powdery to cobweb-like veil that covers the cap and stipe of young fruit bodies. In Pulveroboletus Ravenelii species, this veil is referred to by some sources as its universal veil, while others refer to it as the partial veil. I believe they are one and the same, and the remnants of this powdery veil is what I feel on my fingers here. Unfortunately, I did not get to observe a specimen with its veil intact. However, there is a beautiful picture of it on Wikipedia under description. I encourage you to check it out. It looks phenomenal. In California, this neon yellow beauty can be mycorrhizal with rhododendrons and tan oaks, both of which are abundant in this area. Its neon yellow color and reddish spores deterred me at first, making me believe that this mushroom must be toxic. But after identifying it through a naturalist and studying this species further, I learned that Pulveroboletus ravenelii is actually considered to be both edible and medicinal. Although personally, I can't see myself eating this mushroom. Historically, decoctions and powders containing Pulveroboletus ravenelii have been used in traditional Chinese medicine to relieve lower back pain, treat numbing of the limbs, and applied to stop bleeding. It has also shown antibacterial activity against several common bacteria that can cause a range of infections in humans. New, promising research is being done demonstrating the power of compounds found in Pulveroboletus ravenelii to combat cancer cells in humans. Another fun fact: whenever you see a scientific name that ends with a double I, it means that the species are named of someone, or after a person who discovered them. For example, Smithii means of Smith, while Ravenelii means of Ravenel, an American botanist, Henry William Ravenel, who first collected the mushroom. In post-colonization era, that is. I'm sure that original nations had an enormous amount of knowledge about this mushroom. I wish there was a way to learn from them.
My God, you guys, I found the perfect jelly fungus. Jelly tooth or cat tongue. Ooh, it's so much like jelly. Look at this guy. Oh, they're so beautiful. It's just like a gummy. Super fun. Jelly hog. But it's not a real hedgehog mushroom. It's from a different species, but different genus.
Jelly hogs, cat's tongue, or jelly tooth fungus. Scientific name Pseudohydnum gelatinosum group. Although this jolly and jiggly fella looks a lot like a transparent hedgehog, he isn't a part of the Hydnum genus. Instead, he belongs to the Agaricus order of fungi, the jelly-like fungi, all of whom are believed to be saprotrophic or growing on dead wood. Believe it or not, these guys are edible, even in their raw form, and people often candy or marinate them to flavor their otherwise bland flesh.
Wow, this forest is full of yellow feet. Craterellus tubiformis, they're just a little bit small, these ones. And hedgehogs, and I just found a whole patch of large hedgehogs. Look, guys, oh my god. Yes, thank you, forest. Oh, and it goes all the way over there. It's like a whole fairy ring. Look, all hedgehogs, good size hedgehogs. And they're going all the way over here too. Oh, how cool, nice. My favorite mushroom, and there are more over there. And look at this big troop of big Craterellus tubiformis. Oh, some of these are ready, like these guys. Yay! Score! Oh, wow. All right, let's gather some mushrooms. Nice and chunky hedgehog. Ooh, look at that. Good size. And another big flush of hedgehogs. Hello, look how many. Whoa. And they're going and going and going, and all the way over there. Thank you. We'll take you. Beautiful hedgehogs. Guys, these are so soft to the touch. The cap, it's like touching a marshmallow because of the teeth. Wow. And the scent. The scent. It smells like vegeta. They're just asking to be in the soup.
The hedgehog mushroom. 2 species can be found growing on California's coast. Hydnum repundum, true hedgehog or sweet-toothed hedgehog, and Hydnum umbilicatum, the belly button hedgehog. These species sort of confuse me between the two, but I do lean slightly towards them being Hydnum umbilicatum, as the caps are both zonate and slightly umbilical in the center, which are sure characteristics of the belly button hedgehog. Hydnum umbilicatum grow in scattered troops in mixed forests of pines, tan oaks, and huckleberries, all of which surround me here. Also, a few weeks back, I found both species over on Oregon's coast in a Sitka spruce forest, and Hydnum repundum, the true hedgehogs, were a bit bigger, more stout, with thicker stipes, and older specimens tended to fuse together in age. Well, regardless, both species are delicious edibles, and I don't mind either one.
This big guy, some sort of Agaricus probably. Oh yeah, what a beauty.
Agaricus. My head in the clouds from gathering yummy hedgehogs, or maybe just tiredness from a 9-hour drive, but I totally forgot to smell and bruise this Agaricus, both of which practices would have given me great clues on its edibility. Toxic Agaricus species stain bright yellow instantly and smell like chemicals, while edible ones smell pleasant, of almonds, and usually don't stain bright yellow, well, at least not instantly. But to every rule, there are exceptions, so I trust that you know better than to use just these 2 methods to identify edibility of an unknown mushroom. Always use local field guides, let several experts examine and confirm species from the pictures that you submit on iNaturalist, and consult real people who know mushrooms of the area where you gathered them real well.
Look like this fungi, the bracket fungi, I don't know what type it is. How it's growing out of every branch where there used to be a branch. Look, this one is attached to a branch like this. I thought it was a foot of the mushroom. I thought it was chaga with a long foot. But no. Wow. Let's see how it looks underneath. Oh, it's nice and white. Maybe it is chaga. Just a little bit older. Wow.
Northern red belt or northern red-belted polypore. Scientific name Fomitopsis mounceae. This fungus belongs to genus Fomitopsis, which comes from Latin and means tinder or kindling, a name that clearly highlights one of the many ways in which this fascinating fungus has assisted humans for thousands of years. Based on genetic studies, this hoof-shaped conch was recently separated as a distinct species from the red-belted conch. A key feature of Fomitopsis mounceae is a resinous reddish-brown band on its cap and a strong odor. Fomitopsis mounceae is described to be more than a saprotroph, a fungus who feeds on decaying or dead wood. He is thought of as a detritivore, which means he recycles bigger chunks of wood, releasing essential nutrients back into the soil. Traditionally, Fomitopsis mounceae was used as a fire starter and as medicine. It is believed to hold anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, both of which improve our immune systems. It is said to help regulate blood sugar, support gastrointestinal health, aiding with absorption and elimination, and reduce menstrual cramping and headaches.
Had an amazing hike at Jackson Demonstration Forest and got a bunch of hedgehogs and yellowfeet, aka Cantharellus 2x4. So we are going to have an amazing dinner after this beautiful sunset. Right, Rosie? Rosie bud. Look how gorgeous it is. Wow. Oh my God. Say bye, Rosie. Have a good night, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow on our next hike.
Turn right onto Ocean Avenue, then turn left onto Wildcat Avenue.
When we are in harmony, bravely walking the path that fulfills us, universe provides us with everything we might need on our journey. We cannot get lost on a path that is authentically ours. He accompanies us, letting us know he's here with little clues, confirmations, instinctive movements, and nagging thoughts that linger inside until we take action. For the past few months, I've been having this one reoccurring question. What is California's Lost Coast? Simultaneously, I started having an urge to explore the coastal area between Jackson Demonstration Forest and Humboldt Redwoods State Park. Yet somehow, I could never get there. All the roads seem to bypass this area, veering right around it. Like this part of the coast is somehow lost. Oh, wow.
Hello, my beautiful friends. I am in what seems to be the most beautiful place on earth right now. Now, my first stop this time was Jackson Demonstration State Forest to forage for mushrooms. Foraging for mushrooms is allowed in Jackson Demonstration Forest. However, you are supposed to get a permit. So, you kind of want to do that in advance because the permits for Jackson Demonstration Forest have to be mailed, physically mailed. So you print out a paper from their website, fill it up, and then send it with a check for $20 addressed to the fire department, I believe, of Jackson demonstration, but read the rules online. And now then they will send you in the mail a permit like this that you're going to keep under the windshield of your car at all times while you're foraging for mushrooms. So I stopped there for a moment, and I literally just got off the road a tiny bit and found a lot of hedgehog mushrooms, Hydnum repundum, and also a lot of winter chanterelles, aka yellowfeet, aka Craterellus tubiformis. I found so much that I was like, okay, that's enough, and I decided to head further up north and explore the coast a little more. I was trying to pass Fort Bragg and move towards Wairika, hoping that I'm gonna move by the coast and hit, like, you know, first of all, I've never been there, in between the two. So I figured, because I usually go if I go to Jackson Demonstration Forest, I then go back to Willits, and then so east to Willits, and then go back up to Mount Shasta or go back down to LA. So I figured, oh my God, this is a part of the coast that I never explored. Let me go through it. I took I took 101, and it literally like took me through the forest and around this piece of the coast that I've been trying to explore. But it was dark at night anyways, so I drove up. I got to Wairika. I stayed on the rest stop there by Trinidad. By the way, one of the most incredible rest stops, filled with redwood trees. You literally have this trail on the rest stop. There is water. It's so pleasant. I believe it's a northbound Trinidad rest stop. And then in the morning I said, you know what? Okay, I'm so close to Oregon, and I'm itching to go back to Oregon because I found so many mushrooms there. But then I said, told myself, no, you need to explore new land, new places. And I said, yes, okay, we'll do that. And I decided, okay, I'm going to move by this map of vegetation, because, by the way, that rest stop doesn't have good reception. Anytime you're around tall trees, you're not going to have reception. So I couldn't access my GeoForager map to see for the vegetation, and so I decided to use this map that I got on Etsy. Remember I told you I ordered this? And so this is the one thing. They have all different sizes. They have bigger sizes than this, but I figured, okay, well, I'm going to need to travel with it, so it can't be too big. So I ordered this size, which is, I believe, 20 by 14 maybe 14 by 11. I don't know. No, it's bigger than 14 by 11. And now I can't see anything on it because it's so small. So good thing, let me pull this away, all of my maps. The great thing is that I have the jeweler's loop to look for the mushrooms. And I used this jeweler's loop, which also has a little light. So I was able to do it very early in the morning. Ta-da! And I used this jeweler's loop to see for rhododendron trees. I was looking for mixed forests of conifer trees and rhododendron, because redwood forest, first of all, there is not many places that you can forage. Second of all, they don't form mycorrhizal relationships with mushrooms. So most mushrooms that I've been finding in the redwood trees are saprotrophic mushrooms, the ones that grow on trees and decay dead wood and dead leaf matter and all that sort of stuff, which are beautiful mushrooms. I love them, but I've done that. So I said, okay, I'm going to look for a mixed habitat of conifers, rhododendrons, maybe some oak. And I did find a place that was like perfectly mixed. And then I look, and it's the same place I've been trying to go to, this coastline between Fort Bragg and Eureka. So I was like, well, how do I get there? 101 doesn't go there. And I found one road that goes through there. And guys, it has been the most epic adventure. I drove to Ferndale, and then I made my way up through the mountains of this thick forest, and but not too much redwood. There's all sorts of trees there, very mixed. And then, but it's all private land, so there are ranches there, big ranches, and you can't forage obviously on private land. So I was just driving and looking around, and then the road took me down through the thick forests and like ranches with inside the forest, and then it took me down to this open space with grasslands, and then I went all the way down towards the beach, and now I'm back up in this woodland that is beginning to be like a very, very mushroom like habitat. But I'm not sure if I can forage anywhere here. I know that King Range Wilderness is right ahead of me somewhere, and I know that this road's supposed to lead us there. And again, I don't think I can forage mushrooms in King Range Wilderness, but I certainly want to explore mushrooms there. And I don't even care at this point about foraging mushrooms. I really am in heaven. This is the most pristine piece of nature that I've been to in a very long time. Even the coastline by let's say Big Sur or somewhere by LA in Malibu, there's so many cars, and you know, it's so busy, but there's no one here. It feels like it's me and maybe like 1 or 2 cars passing by once in a while. It is so quiet and beautiful and untouched that I'm just blessed to be here, mushrooms or not. All right, let's make our way up there with our beautiful friend Rosie. I arranged her to be at the front seat with me, next to me in her little backpack. She's taking a little snooze right now, but this way she can see the ocean and she can look at the trees as well, and she's not just in her crate up there. So we're riding together, and she's gonna let you know whether she liked it or not. Meowing out. Rosie, are you meowing out? She says yes. Guys, you won't believe this. Look. Oh my god. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god. Look who I found on this road. These are zebras. Just pulled off the road, stopped and started walking around here, and look what I found. Woohoo! A Chanterelle. This one is a little bit waterlogged. We're gonna pick it up on the way back. There's so many mushrooms. Here is a milk cap. I don't know if this is the red hot. Looks a little bit different, looks a little bit lighter pink. There are more mushrooms. I just saw in lots of trash. All right. Oh, there are more mushrooms up there. Oh my gosh. Coral mushroom. Let's see what else we can find. I have a good feeling about this place. More mushrooms right there. So chanterelles are here. Maybe I should go up a little. More Russelus right there, little Russelus. Oh, and here are these mushrooms. I don't know who they are. Maybe the sweetbread mushroom? Look at the little Russelus right there. gorgeous. Oh, how pretty. Brittle gills. Oh, look at that log full of jelly fungus. I don't know if you can see it right there. Okay, let's explore a little more. Look at all this. I think this is witch's butter. So much of it. And then there is that other bracket fungi. I always forget what it's called. Look, he's nice and fresh. No way. No way, Jose. Oh my God. Guys, they're everywhere. These are black trumpets. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I've been looking for black trumpets and this was such a random stop. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, these are black trumpets. Look at them everywhere. Oh, I had no idea. I had no idea that I will be finding them here today. This was so random. Just a random stop on the road, like a pullover. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so blessed. Look how many. There are bunches and bunches and bunches of them. Oh, I'm going to go get a bag. Oh my God, thank you, dear life. Thank you, dear forest, universal consciousness. Thank you. Oh my God. Guys, I'm literally shaking. Oh my God. Guys, look at these beauties. Oh my God, they're just everywhere. And already roaming too. Right there. Can you see? And over there. Oh my gosh. How do I pick them? Do I pull or cut? Oh, I pulled this one out, but it broke. Probably cut. All right, I'm gonna need my hands. Let's do this. Guys, so I gathered a bunch and I'm going to leave a bunch behind just so if anybody else finds them, gets just as excited as I am sharing with my fellow foragers. We're gonna leave these behind, all these, and a good couple of bunches right there. And a big bunch right there. And one more bunch right there. There are little ones too that are going to grow big soon. So get out there and you might find them. Oh, look at this big one. Oh, the big one, I'll pick her up. Oh, look how huge. Oh, wow. So it doesn't go to waste. Okay, I need the knife to cut them. Otherwise they break so easy. Look how big.
Craterellus cornucopiodes, the west coast version of the prized black trumpet. This mushroom can be recognized by its trumpet-like shape with a hollow that runs throughout the entire body, stipe that is seamless with the cap, flesh that is thin and dark brown to black on the inside, often contrasted by a whitish bloom-like layer on the underside or the fertile surface. This staining appears as the mushroom matures and releases its spores, which range in shade from off-white to creamy. Instead of gills, Craterellus cornucopiodes has very shallow wrinkles or veins as its spore-producing surface. And these wrinkles might even appear completely smooth until you pull out your jeweler's loupe and examine the surface up close. When it comes to flavor, black trumpets are often described as having rich umami base notes, with emerging buttery smoky flavor and subtle top note of apricots.
What an amazing random stuff. So many mushrooms and so many bracket fungi. And then there is also this one. I don't know who this is. This might be the jack-o'-lantern. I don't know. And look at this fungi. Oh my god. It looks like turkey tail. It's just as fuzzy on the top. But then on the bottom it has these things, teeth. Holy mackerel. Oh my god, we must take pictures. Oh, and who is this? Oh my god, this is like the Helvella. Oh wow. That's awesome. Wow. So many incredible mushrooms. And we found the Chanterelle in the beginning of the trail. Oh, I can't wait to identify all of them. Let's take pictures.
The Elfin saddle, or Helvella, is an ascomycete fungus of the family Helvellaceae. This here might be the oak-loving Helvella dryaphylla, or Helvella vespertina, which often grows with conifers. Both of the host trees are present here.
Unbelievable. Look at those. Are they teeth? Are they gills? Whoa. They're like veins, like icicles hanging down. Wow.
The Gilled Polypore, Trametes betulina. Remember we were talking about the fact that to every rule there is an exception? Yep, so here's a perfect example to that. This is a polypore fungus with pores that look more like gills. On top, she looks very much like turkey tail, Trametes versicolor. But turn her over and, surprise, she meets you with huge, maze-like blades. Whoa, lady, I'm just looking. The top of her fruiting body has many concentric zones of different shades of brown and beige, just like the turkey tail. The texture of the pileus is tomentose, which means that the surface is covered with short, woolly or felt-like hairs, giving it a velvety or a fuzzy feel, like a peach. Apparently, this mushroom is super abundant on California, Oregon's coast, but this is my first time ever seeing her, and she is impressive.
Oh my god. And I think all of those are Chanterelles. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Oh my god. And by the way, I am not in the King Range Wilderness. I am in a different forest. I was driving. Oh my god. Let's go get the rest. Wow. What a treat from the universe. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you, Mama Earth, Father Sky, dear sun and rain and wind. Wow. This one is a little bit old. Let's see if it's bug-eaten or not. Oh, there are more over there. Oh my goodness. It is perfectly good inside, so we're gonna keep it. Guys, I found many more. I went for this one under the tree. Turns out there are more, and then there are more over there. Look at this beautiful bracket fungi. It's iridescent on the side. Look at all those chanterelles. And then there are more right under that shrub, huckleberry, right there. Let's pick that. Oh my god! Look at all these chanterelles I found just in one tiny spot. Oh my goodness. Cantharellus Formosus, California. I think golden. No, this is Pacific Chanterelle. Yes.
Pacific golden chanterelle, Cantharellus formosus. Thanks to their taller than in most other species types, Cantharellus formosus grow higher above the ground and thus stay fairly clean, unlike many of their California relatives. The cap has an enrolled margin at first, which becomes very wavy as the mushroom matures. It appears smooth and uniform to the touch, but if you look up close, you will notice small fibrils which are matted together and are pressed flat against the surface. The underside of the cap has blunt, vein-like ridges, false gills, that run down the stem, aka they are decurrent. These veins are well spaced and parallel at first, becoming cross-veined at maturity. The flesh of the mushroom is solid and stringy. The outside turns darker yellow, then brownish when bruised. This happens due to oxidation, like in apples. The color of these guys is dull right now because it hasn't rained here in a while. Otherwise, it would appear much brighter.
Just look how much trash there is. Oh my god, let's get to work. Well, that's already here. I don't have any more room. Guys, almost a year ago, when I decided that I'm going to start heading out there and learning about mushrooms, the first mushroom that I wanted to look for was the black trumpet. In January, I decided, okay, I started searching which mushrooms can I find right now, and I just wanted to find black trumpets. And I started looking on iNaturalist, what time of the year people find them, where they find them, and I decided to head to South Point State Park in hopes of finding them. I drove for 9 hours, even more, from LA. I found one hike, I went up it, and I found exactly one black trumpet that was this big. I'm actually going to find the video for you. It was in the moss and it was this big, and I was so happy. I was like, wow, my first black trumpet. I found one, like tiny one. I can't even eat it. But today, this was simply divinely guided. I decided to take a new road, to not go for the comfortable, the usual, the places where I know I will find mushrooms. I decided to just get out there and just go, poking my head into different forests and seeing what's out there, making my own routes, and it paid off, It was like I was rewarded. It was such a random turn. There was no hike there. It was just like a small road, windy road, and I was like, well, I need to start stopping somewhere to check out this forest. And there was just one pull out, and visibly people stop on that pull out because there's a rock, and behind the rock there's a lot of trash. And I decided, okay, well, I'm gonna go pick up the trash and see like just what species of mushrooms grow in this forest, just so I can have an idea. And right away I found, bam, Chanterelle, and then those jelly fungi and jelly fungus, and the bracket fungus, Fomitopsis, something like that, Fomitopsis. I don't remember right now, but and as I turned around, bam, I was in shock. It was so unexpected. It was so unexpected. It was such a blessing. Oh my God. Oh my God. And actually, I was planning to look for black trumpets right now in Jackson Demonstration Forest, but I looked and nothing was there. I was like, it's probably too early. And I didn't even ask Universe specifically for black trumpets. I just kept driving and saying, please show me, dear road, dear Universe, show me to a trail with lots of mushrooms. And he did, and she did. It is so magical, this entire process. It is mind-blowing, the type of stuff that happens when you go for it, when you just go for it, when you don't know and you know that this is just what you're supposed to do, and you just go for it. I will keep repeating this because it's magical. It's the whole life becomes just one amazing, beautiful journey of discovering new things and learning and being supported by your immediate 360 that opens up to you and reveals things to you that otherwise it wouldn't, if you weren't going for it, if you weren't asking the right questions and poking your nose, searching for the answers. So if you only knew, if you only were in my shoes, how magical this moment was today. I'm so thankful. That's all I can say from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for watching.
Your touch feels like desert rain, soft on my skin, washing out the pain. You move through my soul like a ghost. Every time you leave I feel lost.